Last night, Malaysia announced a movement control order as part of their efforts to combat the spread of COVID-19. Not all details are available yet, but we are in contact with the Malaysian authorities as they work out their operation details today. Now, some Singaporeans are concerned with the supplies of food and essential items. Many companies with Malaysian workers are concerned with the continuity of their operations. Let me first say that a disruption of supplies from Malaysia is one of the contingency scenarios that we have planned for over the many years. As such, we have plans to manage this contingency with a combination of stockpiling, local production, and also diversification of the overseas sources for our supply. Now, this combination of stockpiling and local production will allow us time to bring in alternative supplies should our usual supply lines be disrupted. So in this particular instance, the Malaysian lines have been disrupted and our stockpile and local production will buy us time to bring in alternative supplies. Now let me share a bit more about our supplies. Although I appreciate that Singaporeans will know that we cannot review all the actual numbers as it will affect our negotiations with our overseas suppliers. For carbohydrates like rice and noodles, we have more than 3 months worth of stockpile at the national level. For noodles, we also have domestic production capabilities which we can ramp up as necessary. For proteins like meat and vegetables, we have a combination of fresh, frozen and canned options to meet our demands. For both proteins and vegetables, we have more than 2 months worth of stockpile for normal consumption. For eggs, we have local production and we have activated other air freight options to bring in substitute supplies should the Malaysian supplies be disrupted. So to all fellow Singaporeans, while we may have to make some adjustment to our choices, we do have sufficient supplies for all Singaporeans so long as we buy responsibly. I can understand the fear and anxiety of some Singaporeans. Singaporeans who remain calm can help us reach out and reassure those who are anxious so that we can go through this together as one united people. While we may be anxious individually, we can also draw strength as a community. And we must remember to reach out to the weaker and more vulnerable ones in our society, even amidst our fears. Let me address the issue of the Malaysian workers. Since last night, many employers are inquiring if they can provide temporary accommodation in Singapore for their Malaysian workers who may wish to stay here during this period. Our economic agencies are working with the companies, dormitory operators, and hotels to provide options for the companies. So companies who need help for their workers' accommodation can contact our economic agencies and also work with their trade associations.